There's a new Center for Comparative Effectiveness Research. This is another of the 3 bureaucracies that are created. This center will conduct research respecting the outcomes, the effectiveness, and the appropriateness of the health care. That's very important. Now, we've been hearing a lot about rationing care. There's nothing in this bill that I have found, and I didn't skim the bill, folks. I read it. And I won't take you through the horror stories of reading it. I didn't see anything that said ration or reduced care. What I saw was authority structures being set up. Most people are saying they think the Center for Comparative Effectiveness Research is going to be the entity that has the authority to make benefit decisions and get between the patient and the doctor. I actually think, because there's a paragraph in here that says that nothing in this language is construed to say that this entity will be able to mandate standards. It'll be a different entity, is what I'm trying to say. It won't be this group. They will do the research. They will make recommendations. I believe it will either be the Health Choices Administration through the Health Choices Commissioner, or what's called the Health Benefits Advisory Committee. There are 2 other groups that are going to have the authority to say, yes, we will pay for that 82-year-old's cancer surgery, or no, we won't. So the structure is there. Even though in the bill they don't use the word ration, they are given the authority to unelected bureaucrats to determine what is cost-effective, what is the best or the most appropriate for age and for quality of care. So the structure is there, even though the bill doesn't use the word ration. I'll make sure I don't forget anything here on this page. I want to talk to you a little bit about what's happening as these pieces and parts move through Congress. What we're hearing now is that there are some Democrats on the House side who are saying, slow this train down because they're getting heat in their districts. John McCherry is getting heat in his district. There were 40 Democrats that signed a letter July 9th to Nancy Pelosi and Steny Hoyer. And I'll just read a couple of phrases from here. They are saying, basically, as members of the fiscally conservative Democratic Blue Dog Coalition, we have reservations about the process and the direction this is going. They're saying the draft fails to include adequate structural changes to what the problems are. We cannot simply add new consumers to a broken system, because essentially what they're doing is they're putting the middle class, even those who, what I've described will show you why they're saying 120 million people are going to lose their current coverage because of that magic date. That's why. But the middle class and those who are uninsured, we cannot support a bill that further exacerbates the challenges faced by small businesses. And then a week later, on July 16th, 22 Democrats signed a letter that basically said they're extremely concerned about how they're going to pay for this. So there are internal conflicts going on in Washington. Today, President Obama met with the Blue Dog Democrats. We were concerned, and I've actually been at City Hospital all day with my mother-in-law. I have not heard what came of that meeting. We're concerned that the Blue Dogs will basically cut a deal and figure out a different way to get the money without changing the policy side of it. So we have to keep the pressure on the Democrats in Ohio. There are some vulnerable seats in Ohio this time around in the Dems districts, and we need to keep those phone calls going. Out in the foyer, I have legislative directories with phone numbers for the congressional members and the Ohio General Assembly as well. But we're focusing on Congress tonight. There's also an email list out there if you want to sign up. If you need information that would help you communicate, we'd be glad to provide that for you. I think I'm about out of time, sir.
I know this is a question to be answered. Who wrote this?
Good question.
Who are the people?
This plan, all 5 bills in concept, are coming from the administration. This is Obama's plan. The writers are staff members and lawyers who take the ideas and they assimilate them into legislative language. But so it's staffers who actually pen on paper or computer, keyboard, type it out and write the language. But the concepts are coming from President Obama's staff. Now, who on his staff? It could be Rahm Emanuel. His brother is being considered to be a staff member in the Center for Effectiveness Research. So there's a little bit of conflict of interest there, I would think, but I don't think they see it that way. Anyway, it's a tight-knit group, and somebody in the White House is actually writing this stuff.